Next Tony goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special, CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded his Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "Don't let the door hit you in the ass," never sound better, this is for you.
Ma isn't done taking swings at Hollywood's so-called woke elites. Recently, he called out several celebrities for forcing their agenda on the public while being completely out of touch with reality. In classic Ma fashion, he dismantled their weak arguments and exposed the hypocrisy behind their performative virtue signaling. There's a lot to break down here, so let's get into it.
Getting around the fact that what was on the mind of the liberals that night in Brentwood, or wherever we may have been, was that the most powerful witch hunters now were coming from Twitter, the Ivy League, and the progressive left. J.K. Rowling used to be a villain to the right because she wrote books about witchcraft. Now she's a villain to the left because she has the crazy belief that there's more to being a woman than pronouns and lipstick.
Ma opened the night by highlighting a sharp irony. The woke left adores its heroes, until those heroes dare to step off script. The moment that happens, they're cast out. J.K. Rowling might be the most famous case, but she's far from alone. Elon Musk was once Silicon Valley's poster child. Joe Rogan was hailed as a progressive icon. Even Ma himself was praised as a liberal firebrand. Yet the instant they voiced views that cut against the narrative, the mob pounced. In this world, loyalty only lasts as long as conformity.
So that was the point of the evening. How do we take a stand against cancel culture? And I suggested, since we were mostly all in show business, that we start an award show to honor the brave people who have fought back. Well, I got to tell you, the idea was met with great enthusiasm by everyone, and in short order, different people were suggesting the ways that their varied talents could be put to use. And then, of course, being Hollywood, nothing happened. But it's still a good idea, so I'm going to do it right here, right now, and not only that, we're going to do it every year.
So what's Ma really saying? In short, he's shining a spotlight on Hollywood's true rebels, the ones who refuse to bow to cancel culture. These are the stars who didn't grovel, didn't churn out hollow PR apologies, and didn't scrub their words from the internet just to calm the mob. Instead, they stood firm, doubled down, and proved that free speech still matters. In an industry built on conformity, Ma is applauding the rare few who chose integrity over applause. And in today's climate, that kind of defiance is worthy of a standing ovation.
The award goes to the president of my alma mater, Cornell University, Martha Pollack. This month, students there demanded trigger warnings before all the lectures in case any of the adult subjects you specifically went to college to learn about came up. And Martha said, yeah, no, we're not doing that. She didn't cave in or hire a new dean of sensitivity. She just said, no, college is for introducing you to new ideas, not for kissing your making you feel wonderful and always right.
Our first award goes to the president of my alma mater, Cornell University, Martha Pollack. Recently, students demanded trigger warnings before every lecture, just in case any adult subjects they came to college to study might actually be discussed. Martha's response? A simple but firm, no, that's not happening. She didn't cave. She didn't hire a dean of sensitivity. She reminded students that college is about challenging ideas, not comforting egos. If more universities had her backbone, we'd be raising a generation of strong, curious leaders grounded in common sense instead of ideological fluff. For years, higher education drifted into echo chambers where dissent was punished, conformity was worshipped, and intellectual growth was sacrificed on the altar of political correctness. Yet, even before Trump's presidency, Pollock stood her ground against that tide, defending the true purpose of education. That rare courage makes her more than deserving of the recognition Ma is giving her.
With your parents. I'm just amazed at how this generation can simultaneously be too sensitive for anything distasteful and somehow also so into eating. So, Cornell, I present you with these balls. I sure could have used them.
Our next award goes to a company where plenty of Cornell grads will probably end up, Trader Joe's. For years, they've sold a playful line of ethnically themed products, like Trader Jose's beer. Naturally, one teenager on Twitter saw the name Jose and declared it racist. A petition followed, the mob sharpened its pitchforks, and everyone waited for Trader Joe's to buckle like so many other corporations. But here's the twist. They didn't. No groveling, no hollow PR statements, no corporate re-education. Trader Joe's stood their ground and said, essentially, relax, it's just branding. And guess what? The sky didn't fall. Sales didn't tank. Customers didn't storm out. Because most people knew the outrage was nonsense. There was nothing offensive about Trader Jose. It was lighthearted, not hateful, by refusing to apologize for something that didn't deserve an apology. Trader Joe's showed that courage and common sense are often all you need to win against cancel culture.
The award goes to the place where many Cornell grads will be working next year, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, who for years have been selling a line of ethnically themed products, trading on the name Joe. For example, they have Trader Jose's beer. So, of course, one teenager on Twitter heard the word Jose and said it was racist, and then there was a petition, and then Trader Joe's management did the right thing. They burnt down all their stores and killed themselves. No, they didn't. They said, you oversensitive little...
Trader Joe's deserves every bit of applause for standing firm against the so-called woke mob. At a time when most companies fold at the first tweet of outrage, Trader Joe's proved that courage still pays off. Their stand is a reminder that the mob isn't nearly as powerful as it wants you to believe. It's not an unstoppable army. It's a handful of loud, perpetually angry voices shouting into the void. And the moment you recognize that, their grip disappears. Trader Joe's showed everyone exactly how to win. Stand your ground, and the mob crumbles.
And a sense of humor and released this statement. We disagree that any of these labels are racist, and we do not make decisions based on petitions. You see how easy it is? So to the home of the 19-cent banana, here, have some...
Even comedians, the very people whose job is to push boundaries and make us laugh at life's absurdities, haven't escaped the wrath of cancel culture. The outrage mob has gone after some of the biggest names in comedy. Dave Chappelle was dragged through the mud for daring to joke about taboo topics. Kevin Hart was stripped of hosting the Oscars over decade-old tweets he'd already addressed. Joe Rogan was vilified for podcast conversations that didn't match the approved narrative. Even Rob Schneider, known mostly for lighthearted goofiness, wasn't spared. The insanity here is obvious. Comedy has always thrived on pushing limits and exposing society's hypocrisies. Yet today, a single off-script joke is treated like a crime. The bitter irony? The people most committed to free expression are the ones being silenced the fastest.
Cahoney goes to a man who's dear to my heart for standing up for stand-up. When dozens of Netflix employees walked out over Dave Chappelle's reckless decision to perform comedy on his comedy special, CEO Ted Sarandos could have pulled the special and replaced it with more episodes of Who Wants to Watch Koreans Get Killed. But instead, he reminded Netflix employees that comedy exists to push boundaries and told them if you'd find it hard to support our content breadth, Netflix may not be the best place for you. So, for making the phrase, "Don't let the door hit you in the ass," never sound better. This is for you, sir.
Ma didn't hold back when he reminded Hollywood that standing up to the woke mob is not a career death sentence. Too many celebrities live in constant fear of online backlash, terrified a trending hashtag will erase everything they've built. But Ma spelled it out clearly. At worst, you'll endure a couple of days of mindless Twitter rants before the mob moves on to its next target. Careers aren't destroyed by angry threads. They're destroyed by cowardice and silence. The real danger isn't backlash. It's surrender. It's giving up your voice to appease people who will never be satisfied no matter how much you grovel. Ma's message was simple but powerful. Stop apologizing for common sense. Stop letting fear dictate your words. And remember that in the end, audiences respect courage far more than scripted compliance.